Ashland 88.9. Welcome to Insanity with FCA, and it's just going to be FCA. So, yay! Also, I'm not going to have any more Monday shows because Mondays have become absolute chaos. I have tutoring, and this is the only time. Monday 3 to 5 is just impossible. So, it's just going to be Thursdays from 11 to 1, unless I add another show some other time, which is unlikely, but possible. But hopefully I can provide enough insanity for you for the while. Anyway, alright, also, I was saying something. Musicals, if you want to go on a date with someone, this is probably more for your straight girls. If you're going on a date with a boy, if you like plays and musicals and you want to take your guy to expand his horizon or whatever stereotype thing, a musical that might interest him, that he'll actually find entertaining, and that might, depending on the type of girl you are, might not be your cup of tea. Also not for children, quite a bit of language and more mature concepts, is the musical called Evil Dead, the musical. Evil Dead is about how these 5 college students, they go on vacation to go camping, and they kind of steal a cabin in the middle of the woods because the leader of their group knows the people are going to be away for quite a while, so they're going to spend their spring break week in this abandoned, well, not completely abandoned cabin, and they find, and in the basement of this cabin, they find a book about bringing people back from the dead. It's an evil book, and a good chunk of them get possessed by demons, and they try to survive not getting attacked by demons, and yes, I think I might play a little excerpt that doesn't have inappropriate language in it. I'm going to make sure it doesn't have inappropriate language in it first. But hopefully I can play this little bit that is actually really funny. It's a very humorous, you have to be able to take a joke and not take anything at all seriously in the musical, but it is really good, and there's lots of fake blood that gets splashed onto the audience because lots of blood gets spurted. It's a zombie kind of thing, so there's always a bit of gore, and my hand itches like the dickens. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're good. Anyway, also some study tips. It's midterms, and it's almost spring break, and study tips are not something that people are looking forward to when it's the Thursday before the spring break weekend. I know a whole bunch of people are planning on, don't skip your classes, but I know a whole bunch of people are already planning on, you know, zipping out ASAP on Friday. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to do my show, and I actually might do my Monday show. I think if we're still available to do that, because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be around. I have to ask. I've been here for so long and I don't know anything. There's no communication. Anyway, study tips. 1, read your chapters. Especially for incoming freshmen. I know that when I was in high school, I didn't have to read anything, and I would still do moderately okay on tests and stuff. You can't do that in college. You need to read your chapters, and it's going to take a lot of time, and that's important. Also, check your book's resources. If there's a .com or .net or .org or .edu website associated with the book, you might not find resources like flashcards, quizzes, and things like that that your book has online to help you study. I know my genetics book does, not that it helps me in genetics, but ask the professor how to study. What he or she recommends is the best way to study for his or her class. It can be really daunting to try and do guesswork, because all the professors, even for like bio classes, I have 2 bio classes right now, neither of them I can study for the same way because they're completely different conceptually diverse classes. Also, make yourself tests. Make yourself make tests. Go off the notes that you have and off of the things in your chapter and ask yourself questions. Just type it up, make a couple copies of it, and test your knowledge against yourself and try and, if you're a professor, you know, after the first exam this is easier, or if you've had the professor before, if you know how their tests go. You know, if they do a lot of multiple choice, make yourself a lot of multiple choice questions, and don't make it really easy. Challenge yourself, because then when it comes to the actual test, you'll be on that same level, or you'll have practice and you'll feel like you've been exposed to the test. That's what I do for my psychology classes. It's very helpful. Also, make your friends notes. Unfortunately, this isn't good for your friend, but if you have a friend who misses class a lot, make them notes from class, because you get more exposure. You have to retype the notes, you have to re-see and rewrite the information for them, and one, you're helping your friend who missed class, and two, you get that extra exposure to your notes. Let's see. Flashcards. If there's a class, zoology, Bio 202, Psych 101, those kind of classes, if there are things that you repeatedly have to just do straight up regurgitation, memorization for, like those kind of classes that are very vocabulary based, flashcards are amazing. And you don't have to be in college to take these tips. Flashcards are amazing. If you have spelling tests, if you have just coordinating word association things, do that. True and false yourself to death. True and false questions seem very, very minute, or not minute, very minuscule on the scale of tests, because it's a 50-50 shot, but that 50-50 shot, if you don't get it right and you have 10 of them, you know, that it adds up. Missing one question isn't bad, but missing a whole bunch of questions adds up. Let's see. Do study groups. Study groups are always fun, but I recommend that you don't do them with your friends, because you know how it is when you get with your friends, you get off topic, you start talking about other things, it's hard to focus, you start giggling at absolutely nothing, and it's hard to focus. Studying with your friends sounds like a great idea, but chances of you getting any actual hardcore studying done, not likely, unless you really, snap the whip at people and be like, no, we are focusing on our work, we have a huge test, or whatever. Also, don't study the night or 2 nights before the test. I mean, it's good to study on those nights too, but when you know the test is going to go, like if you have a syllabus, which in college we do, check the schedule and study beforehand. Read the things beforehand. Don't let it get overwhelming, because in college you have tests that are back to back with multiple chapters. My last bio test had 5 chapters that were all squished into one test. Oh, well, actually I didn't have the test yet, but you understand what I mean. It's not just, here's the because in high school it was always, here's the chapter, study the chapter, here's the test, and there was just a test every week, it seemed like. That's not how it is in college. In college, it's even before the test, you get information for the next test before the test happens, and it can get overwhelming. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. You let yourself get overwhelmed by trying to cram information, and then you don't retain it afterward. A lot of times, especially for your major, those 101 and 202 classes, whatever you learned in there is going to be built upon later. 201, Bio 201, you use everything in that for genetics. For 303, I know because I'm in it. Biology majors. We're crazy. So that's what you want to do. And take good notes. I have the messiest handwriting on the planet, and it always bites me in the bottom because I take really messy notes. And one of the reasons I take messy notes is because I have to try and keep up with the professor. Another thing you can do to help yourself is print off the slides if you can. If the professor goes off of PowerPoint slides, which all of my professors do, print off the slides ahead of time if you can. Angel is a the AU website that I, check on it, print the slides off. That way you can just write what the professor's saying because you already have the on-slide notes in front of you. Because it's hard to copy down notes, copy down what the professor's saying, and such in class, especially in such a short period of time. Not that an hour and a half is a short period of time, but it certainly seems like it when you're when it actually gets down to trying to keep up with stuff. So if you have a high school student, I recommend that you inform them of these things. Alright, I'm going to play some music now, have topics later, possibly. Let's see, we're going to hear Rihanna's Please Don't Stop the Music, before she went insane. I'm going to talk about her transformation later, so, of her music style and such. And if you want to make oh my gosh, I forgot what the word is. A request for a song, I'm pretty sure I can get it for you. Usually I'm like, we'll look our best, but I'm pretty sure I can get it for you because I have my laptop. So that is that. I will be recording my show and putting it on YouTube so that you can see me. I warn you, I have a face made for radio, which is why I'm on the radio and not on TV too. Okay, we're going to hear Rihanna, have some other music coming up for you, and when I come back on, I will go from Rihanna's Please Don't Stop the Music down through any other songs that I play. Have a good day, and feel free to call me, and you might need the number, 419-289-5678, or if you're just on campus, extension 5678. Enjoy!